You ever have one of those moments where you feel like you're doing all the right things in your faith, but God just feels a million miles away? It's a feeling that's, well, surprisingly normal. So today, we're going to explore a really simple, gentle path to help close that distance and reconnect. Let's jump right in. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by just, talking about that feeling of distance that so many of us get. Then we'll dive into what it really means to seek God first. After that, we'll look at how to shift prayer from a task into a real conversation and why putting our faith into action with other people is so powerful. And we'll wrap it all up by focusing on this incredible promise of closeness that's available to every single one of us. Okay, first things first, let's just be honest about this feeling. It is not a sign that you failed, not at all. It's a deeply human experience. It's that quiet drift, that little bit of space that can creep in between you and God, even when you're really, truly trying. And you know what? Just recognizing it, that's the first step to closing the gap. Seriously, just think about that for a second. Are you going through the motions? Maybe you're praying, reading the Bible, but there's still this disconnect. If you're nodding your head right now, I just want you to hear this. You're absolutely not the only person who has ever felt that way. And here is the most important thing to get. That feeling, it is not the end of the story. Not even close. Think of it less like you've hit a dead end and more like you've come to a signpost that's pointing you in a new direction. The best news is that there is a clear path forward, a way back to that connection you're looking for. So, if there's a path, where on earth does it start? Well, it all begins with one single foundational idea. An idea that honestly changes everything. It's the simple principle of seeking first. And listen, this isn't about making some huge dramatic gesture. It's so much simpler than that. It's about a quiet, daily choice. The journey back to God really starts the moment we decide, you know what? Today, seeking Him is my number one priority. It just kind of reorients your entire day. And this verse from Matthew just nails it. It's not just some nice advice, it's a promise. When we put our focus on seeking God first, all the other stuff in our lives, our worries, our needs, the whole list, it all starts to fall into its proper place. It's like recalibrating your internal compass to true north. All right, so we've made the decision to seek first. What's next? Well, it's all about starting a conversation. And any good conversation has two parts, right? There's us talking to God through prayer, and then there's God talking to us through Scripture. I think this captures such a powerful shift in thinking. Over on the left, you see prayer as a ritual, something formal, maybe even a chore that you check off a to-do list. But then look at the right. The invitation is to see it as a conversation. Wow, that changes everything, doesn't it? It stops being a duty and starts being a relationship. It's really the difference between a formal appointment and just chatting with your best friend. And this verse from Philippians, it feels like a wide open door. Just notice that word, everything. It doesn't say bring only your important, well-thought-out requests. Nope. It says bring it all. The good, the bad, the anxious thoughts, the random stuff. It's an invitation to an ongoing, nonstop conversation, not just some formal presentation. Now, let's talk about the other half of that conversation, listening. And that's where Scripture comes in, because we're not just reading some old book here. We're engaging with the Word. The whole idea is that these words are alive, they're active, and they can be a source of real spiritual nourishment. I mean, it's literally food for your soul. This is such a beautiful and, honestly, super practical image. Scripture isn't just a collection of big, abstract ideas. It's a lamp for the step that's right in front of you, and it's a light for the pathway way up ahead. So when you're feeling lost or distant, this is the very thing that can give you direction and clarity for your very next move. Okay, so we've talked about the foundation of seeking first and the conversation of prayer and Scripture. Now, it's time to actually get moving. This whole section is about the walk. It's where our belief starts to turn into real action. And crucially, it's not a walk we were ever meant to take alone. And this really breaks down into two really practical connected steps. First, we obey. Now, this isn't about trying to earn God's favor or anything. It's just that closeness naturally grows when we actually do the things we already know are right. It's about that shift from just knowing something to actually doing it. And second, we connect. Man, faith can feel so heavy when you try to carry it all by yourself. It was designed to be lived out in community, where we can lift each other up and cheer each other on. This verse from John really gets to the heart of it all. It shows that obedience isn't some cold rule we have to follow. It's our natural response to being loved. And just look at the incredible result. God promises to come and make his home with us. I mean, you literally can't get any closer than that. And this, right here, is why community is so non-negotiable. Getting together isn't just about grabbing coffee and catching up. It's about actively stirring up the love and the good works in each other. When you're the one feeling distant or discouraged, having people around you who can keep you going, well, it makes all the difference in the world. And all of this, the seeking, the conversing, the walking together, it all leads to one final, incredibly powerful truth. This is the promise that holds everything else together. Just take a second. Let that sink in. After everything we've talked about, maybe the most important truth is also the simplest one. That feeling of distance, it's just that. It's a feeling. The reality, the actual truth of the matter, is that God is not far away. He is as close to you as your very next breath. And we're going to end on this incredible promise from the book of James. This isn't a demand, it's an invitation. It says that when you take just one small step toward God, he rushes to close the rest of the distance. The path is open. The invitation is out there for you, and he is waiting to meet you there.